Yo, what's going down, Green Screen Entertainment fans? Your boy Jay Green right now, doing it with my review of Brightburn. Now, this movie was directed by David Yarovsky, and it stars Elizabeth Banks and Pam's ex-boyfriend. Now, for those of you out there who have no idea what Brightburn is all about, this is basically the Superman story flipped upside down. Imagine if Superman landed in Kansas. He's raised by some good folks, but instead of growing up to be the Boy Scout-like dude that he is, he ends up growing up to be a sadistic asshole. I'm talking about his parents are trying to ground him. He's throwing his dad through a fucking wall. This motherfucker is tripping. He's giving Macaulay Culkin from The Good Son a run for his money.
Henry? Yes, Mom?
Now, with that said, I'm of two minds on this film. Number one, I did really enjoy this film, and here's why. All I needed was a few touches of Superman. I'm talking about a red cape, lasers out the eyes, this fool can fly. Give me some of that horror element that you showed me in the trailer, play up on it a little bit, make sure this movie earns its R rating, I'm sold. Now, on the other hand, where the movie may have lost me just a little bit was it did start out as a bit of a slow burn. Now, I don't mind a slow burn film. I love a movie that takes its time. It takes its time just enough. The only problem is within that time that it took, it didn't really give me very much backstory. If y'all know me out there, I love me some backstory. Because I know that this movie is basically based on Superman, one of the most iconic superheroes of all time, I don't need the deepest backstory. But I do need a reason why this good kid would go bad. His parents didn't beat him. I mean, he got teased at school. Simple shit. But nothing that he's doing is warranted based on what we're seeing on screen. So why is this motherfucker tripping? What is he smoking that got him acting a straight fool? Now, this next part you might consider a spoiler. I'm going to try to keep it as light on that spoiler level as I can be. But to that last portion that I just talked about, why is he tripping? Let's just say there is a piece of, or a hint of, or a touch of possession, maybe, not necessarily. In the end of the day, something's going on in this fool's brain that kind of makes him click like that, but you never fully understand what that thing is. And he's not going from good to bad and then all bad all the time. It's like he can kind of turn it on and off. So that's what I'm saying, where there's not enough backstory into what is that made him feel this type of way, and then react to everyone around him that are either good to him or bad to him. They both get the same treatment whenever he wants, based on something he can't have. No, you can't have that cookie. Put it back. Well, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Lasers through your head. Fuck. Now, usually I don't really talk about being pulled out of a film unless I'm watching something that is very heavy CGI and some of them graphics are crap. That will take me out of the movie, and I'll keep thinking about how shitty this movie looks. This movie looked great. The one thing that took me out of the film, more than lack of backstory, more than it was a little slow in the beginning, picked up nice, was the fact of some of the things that people said in response to this kid. Case in point, they live out in the middle of no fucking where your neighbor's house is like 5 miles from anything. He goes to his aunt's house, let's say. In the middle of the night, she's wondering, why the fuck are you here? You're a 12-year-old boy. He's like, I don't know. I was talking to you about some stuff that happened at school earlier today. She's like, no, I don't think you should be here. Go home. Wouldn't a grown woman want to take this motherfucker home? I mean, he lives like 20 miles from you. How do you walk here? Did he use his skateboard? Was he on his bike? Where's his bike? Was he wearing a helmet? Shit like this comes up to me. I'm like, this just doesn't make sense. I feel like a normal adult would be like, look, motherfucker, let's get in the car. I'm going to take your ass home. We're coming over here when I'm in my panty drawers. Now, with all of that in mind, even though this movie started out a little slow and I didn't get as much explanation or backstory to this particular character as I would have liked, I still do think that it picked up quite well in the second and in the third act. When this kid really starts to trip out, and when his parents really start understanding and believing that he could actually be doing these things, it really gets pretty suspenseful and pretty thrilling as you're watching him contemplate how he's going to do what he's going to do, or play around and tease with the people he's about to do some legitimate shit to. So to wrap it all up, in the end of the day, I thought that this movie was a lot of fun. If you love comic book films, if you love horror movies like myself, this movie puts everything together. It's a cute little movie, perfect for a date night. Yo, I hope I gave y'all a little bit of insight into what this film is all about. I hope I gave you some knowledge so you can make a great decision when you go into the theater on what you want to see next. If I did, and you like what you heard here, do your homie a favor, like, subscribe, I'm out.